You know, Jake, back in Chicago, I never thought I'd be punching cattle, mostly belonging to other guys.
Yeah, using trucks for rustling's the latest thing. Come on, let's get going before them bloodhounds wake up.
All right, boys. There's enough at the end of the herd for a truckload. Get going. They've seen us. Truck rustlers! Looks like we'll have to do some shooting. You guys beat it. We'll take care of them. There they come.
I'll let them have it.
No, I'll go right through them.
Yellow-bellied coyotes, city sewer gangsters. They ain't got the decency to fight like men, hiding in them trucks instead of coming out in the open.
Anybody hurt?
Yes, Joan, us. They got us right in the pocketbook. $800 worth of livestock.
And if you boys get a look at them?
This here new hand was closest to him, but he didn't signal quick enough, I reckon, Miss Joan. For some queer reason of his own.
You gotta be twice your size to make a crack like that and get away with it.
Take it easy, boys.
Save it, fellas, for them cattle crooks. We never had anything like this when Lightning Carson rode the range.
It's too bad he's in El Vista. Perhaps he could figure out a way.
He could always figure out a way. He could think, ride, and shoot straighter than any 10 ordinary glutes I ever saw.
There must be some reason they call him Lightning.
Ha, you bet. Once when some rustlers held him, why, they started torching him with branding iron. He tricked him, though, into thinking he was surrounded, and he escaped.
Don't you think it'd be a good idea to telephone the sheriff?
You're nothing but a common cowhand. Why don't you keep your place and mind your own business?
That's the right smart idea, young fella. Why are you picking on him, Foreman?
He's been acting too smart lately. I'd have fired him before if we wasn't short-handed.
Now, boys, try and get together. Hightail it back to the ranch and phone Sheriff Burton to keep an eye out for that truck.
Magpie, we've lost almost half our stock. If this keeps up, we're going to be out of business. Maybe Carson could come down here and help us out.
Oh, I don't know. He's making pretty big money in the packing business.
I thought money didn't mean anything to him.
Oh, it don't.
Then perhaps he'd come just for the sport. You know, like fishing or hunting.
Or hunting rustlers. I don't know, though. If he would come down here, it'd be because we were such good buddies.
Then why don't you do something about it?
All right, I will.
The undersigned, William Carson, Packers Incorporated, agreed to deliver 500 head of cattle every month for the specified period, the total sum of $70,500. Now, Mr. Carson was awarded the contract last year. The price was fair, deliveries on time, the entire transaction very satisfactory.
But it's a different matter this year. You haven't read my bid yet.
Oh, yes, I have. But I don't see how it's possible for you to do it at that figure.
The bid stands, and I'll fulfill the contract.
All right, Mr. Blackton. The Blackton Packing Company agreed to deliver 500 head of cattle every month for the specified period, for the total sum of $59,100. I accept that bid, Mr. Blackton, but you must realize that the government has a right to forfeit your bond if you don't deliver on time.
Don't worry. I'll deliver.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Well, I don't think we can do it. If I can, that's This is too cheap.
Well, good luck to you with your contract, Mr. Blackton.
Thanks, Carson. I hope you remember this is one time I outsmarted you.
You want to be careful you haven't outsmarted yourself. You know as well as I do, no man can fill that contract at that figure, honestly. Arrest that man for destroying government property.
That truck comes along here, I'll show them that they can't get by with any kind of rustling. Here comes a cattle truck now that answers the description.
Looks like we're going to be stopped by the sheriff. I'll do the talking. All right, you guys, step out. What's all the shooting for, Sheriff?
Cattle rustlers. Keep an eye on them. I'm going to take a look around.
What do you expect to find back there?
The S1 brand, and don't try no funny business.
Marked 87. All marked 87. Who did you say them cattle belong to?
I didn't say.
Oh, a smart aleck, huh? Well, I'll give you just 30 seconds to tell me.
Okay, Chief. Mr. Thurston of the 87 Ranch. You got it marked there. Why ask me?
Mr. Thurston, huh? You know, an S1 could easily be changed into an 87. Just to make sure, I'll phone him. Keep your eye on that guy. You come with me. Hello, get me Thurston in Healy County. It's easy to change an S1 to an 87.
Which one's you, Sheriff?
One on the right. The other one's Pete Black. Skipped the country 20 years ago, but the law always catches up with him.
Yeah. Always.
Oh, hello, Thurston. It's Sheriff Burton.
Yes? Yes, I shipped 20 head to El Vista this morning. To the Blackton Packing Company. Oh, I've always found the livestock transportation company to be very reliable. What's the matter? Did you catch them speeding? My brand is 87. Oh, no trouble at all. And I certainly want to commend you for watching out for my interests. I'll tell the governor the next time I see him. Thank you. I guess these country cops don't know much about rackets yet.
All you've been saying for hours is no. I seen a time when anybody mentioned rustlers to you, why, you'd make a flying jump for your horse.
There was a time, but times have changed. It's a different game now. Fellas rustling cattle in trucks, charging at 60 miles an hour down the highways, machine guns, racketeers in the big city running the game. Yes, times certainly have changed. You know, there's sometimes I think that maybe there's still a way for one man to break up a ring like that.
Well, what's that you say?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking. But the answer is still no.
But what will the association think of me if you don't come back?
So it's only your pride you're worried about, is it?
Oh, lightning. You can't let your friends down while all them ranchers are getting rustled poor. Now take Miss Joan. That's my partner. If we lose any more beef, why, we'll have to close shop.
Now, you know, Magpie, that you can call on me anytime you need anything.
Lightning, after the pals that we've been, if you don't come back with me, I never want to see you again.
Tell you, Magpie.
Yes? Yes? What is it?
I'll think it over.
All right.
You stand to make plenty on this new government contract, Chief.
Yes, if you keep coming through with quality beef. But I'd lose plenty if I had to meet the market prices on that contract.
Say, do you think these ranchers will get this Lightning Bill Carson to help them?
Well, I know that someone has been here trying to get him to go, but I don't think he will. I have an idea that Carson is finished chasing rustlers. At least, I hope he is.
Yeah. But if he does, they'll organize solidly against us, because then they'll have a leader. Then what are you going to do?
Well, why worry? He isn't there yet.
When will I see you in Healing?
I'd rather not come. That is, if I can avoid it.
All right, I'll get in touch with you.
All right.
I'm going to the dance Saturday night at the Willows, Miss Joan. Sure would be pleased if you'd go with me.
Well, thanks, Mr. Thurston, but I've already promised to go with Bob. I mean, Mr. Swain. Oh, here he is now. I asked him to fetch my new dress from Mrs. McFarland's.
Here you are, miss. Mrs. Mack says she'll finish the other dress as soon as the baby gets over the colic.
Excuse me, please. I've got to see your foreman about a horse.
How do you like it?
Well, I think it's very pretty.
Hey, James. Who's this fellow Swain? One of the boys caught him checking over our place this morning. Said he didn't know he was over the line.
New man, keeps to himself. I don't like it.
Well, why don't you fire him?
Can't. Miss Jones, sweet on it.
Well, so I notice. Come on with me. Maybe we can make her change her mind about him.
Don't you think it's pretty?
It's fine, but I don't think it's half pretty enough for the most beautiful girl in the county.
Buenos días, señorita. Señor. Senor, my name is Don Miguel Guillermo Pablo Castrano de Villejo.
We'll just call you McGill. What do you want?
Oh, well, I'm thinking you are the patron from this rancho, and maybe so there is a job of work what I could be doing, no?
Well, you'll have to see the foreman. That's him coming up here now. He does all the hiring around here.
Ah, you are Mr. the foreman.
Hello,
that's right.
Magpie. I'm glad you're here. How much do you know about this new man of yours?
Why, not much, really, but he's a good boy, and we like him.
Yeah, well, your foreman here tells me he let a rustler's truck get away. And this morning, after we missed some cattle, we found him prowling on my property.
Why, you...
Just a minute. Here, what's the matter? You're losing from the hip. You can't hit a man when he's down on the ground like that. Be Americano.
Let's get together, boys. It wasn't anybody's fault that we were rustled. Go on, Bob, and forget it.
Well, it looks like I am Johnny on the place, huh?
What do you mean?
Well, you fire this fellow, and I'm the man who gets his job.
Well, we might be able to use you at that. You know, the boys want somebody to entertain them in their spare time. Can you sing?
Oh, well, of course, I'm the good singer, but if it's like the coyote, when I am singing, you will scare everybody in the country.
Well, do you dance?
Oh, well, that is different. Of course, I'm a very graceful dancer, but I must have my own music.
Oh, we'll fix that. Come on, boys. Let's give them some music. All right, boys. Get out your instruments and give them a little music. Play.
You know, there is still one shot left in these pistola. And it makes no never minds to me who gets him. Now walk over and stand in the one line, please. Now, is that a nice way for treating a fellow what comes over to make friends with you? What do? You give to him the cross doubles, huh? Well, maybe so. I will come here and dance for you again one day, huh? But you got to have better music. Well, adios, amigos. I'll be looking at you, senorita.
Get out of here. Come on, Jake.
Muy bien. Oh, thank you very much for moving my car for me. I'll take this gun. How you like to walk, eh? You like to walk very much because I am taking your truck. Now you start to walk. Pronto.
This is one load that Mexican won't get.
Don't be too sure about that. Keep your eyes peeled. He's liable to drop out any place.
I'd like to meet that guy again.
Stop this truck. Get out on the ground. Come on. Vamos. Now you can take off the boots.
What?
Take the boots off from the feet. Come on. It's so hard for walking in high heels, I'm afraid. Now put those boots in the cab from the car. In the cab from the car, I tell you. Well, that is better. Now you will begin walking toward the town. It's only about 20 miles, and you're going to find it's all right without the high heels and the boots. You walk much better without the high heels, I'm telling you.
There's a pretty senorita, and I'm dying just to greet her. Must admit she stole this heart of mine. Though she acted shy and wary when we met up on the prairie, that sweet gal across the boundary line. I'm not very strong on tangos or those Mexican fandangos. Castanets have never been my line. But I'd go for all these numbers, even dance 1,000 rumbas with that gal across the boundary line. Just one ambition, and for that I'm always wishing. Something in her eyes gave me the sign. I'll soon be riding toward her just below that southern border, to that gal across the boundary line. And so when at last I greet her to this pretty senorita, I'll speak up and say, will you be mine? And if she takes my suggestion and she says yes to my question, I'll take her across the boundary line.
If that Mexican hijacker got Lefty and Jake again.
He did.
Now, don't tell me you've been hijacked again.
Yeah, by the same Mexican.
Fine bunch of rustlers. You can't even pull a job with high-powered trucks. One man is making a sucker out of all of us.
I tell you, this guy's a ghost. Comes from nowheres, handles his shooting iron like greased lightning.
I don't care who or what he is. We've got to stop him. He's hijacked 5 of our trucks already this week. How do you think the boss is going to fill that contract? And if the boss don't fill the contract, we don't get a dime.
Well, if the boss, ever who he is, thinks he can handle this guy, he's welcome to it. If you ask me, I'd invite him in for a cut before he gets all of it.
Yeah? Well, I ain't inviting him in for any cut, and he ain't getting any more of our stock. And if you big, bad gunmen can't get him, I'll get him myself the first time I see him.
Okay, Thurston. Here's your chance. That's the guy. Did it over there.
All right, boys. Spread out. We can't let him get out of here. If you fellas miss, I'll get him myself. Nice shooting, my friend. Seems that everywhere you go, the boys are trying to play jokes.
Well, I like a little joke myself. I'm so glad the boys are having fun.
Yes, I guess the boys found that out, too. Did you get a job?
Oh, I have the best jobs. Everybody else do the work, I get the money.
Say, there's one or two things I want to talk to you about.
You mean there are 5 things you are wanting to talk to me about?
You know, I never did get a chance to thank you for helping me out in that fight on the S1 ranch.
Oh, well, that is nothing, I mean.
You know, 5 of our trucks were hijacked last week. And the boys think that you did it. Now, where did you hide the cattle?
Oh, these boys, they aren't thinking that I Miguel. I got him. They must have me confused with my brother Juan. He would steal your cattle. He's the kind of fellow what will shoot you. Of course, he will apologize to you later, you know, but...
Oh, quit your kidding. Where did you hide the cattle?
You know, I'm beginning to like you, Senor,
Thurston.
Gracias, Senor Thursday. My name, may I introduce myself, is Don Miguel Guillermo Pablo Pancho Castrano de Villejo. For you, my friend, of course, you just call me Miguel, you know. You know, we are in the same business. You steal from the rancheros, I steal from you. Of course, I sell the cattle, I get the money. That's the difference.
Yes, Miguel. Seems to me that if we work together, it'd be much more profitable.
Why not? Maybe so. What is the deal?
I'll give you 25% of the take.
Oh, you are fooling with me, Miguel. 20. When I steal your cattle, I get 100%. Oh, no, once more you come.
All right, I'll give you 50%.
50? For... 1.5 for Miguel won't work for one place or less.
All right, it's a deal. But the boss will sure squawk when he hears about it.
Yeah, he squawk more if he lose all the cattle. Who is this boss I work for?
Well, just for the present, I'm the boss. Now, look. We've got to get 500 head before the end of the week. And we've got to get an early start in the morning.
Well, I hope it's not too early in the morning, because I don't like to get up for the sun, you know.
Say, you don't happen to know a man by the name of Carson, do you?
You mean this lightning Bill Carson?
Yeah.
He is here?
No, not yet. But these ranchers have sent for him. He's liable to be here any day.
Don't you got some worries? This Bill Carson will never meet Miguel face from the face.
I'll bet you'll be able to handle him all right.
I bet you're alive. Adios, senor. I'll be looking at you.
Nice work, boys. That gives us 150 head of the 500 that we need.
Don't I told you? You work with Miguel, everything going to be all right, huh?
Sure, there's nobody left to hijack us now.
That was my brother. He's a bad hombre. I sent him away.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. These cattle are not such a good places where you have them. You better let me take them to the boss and get him money.
No, nobody sees the boss but me. Don't worry. I'll deliver the stock in a couple of days.
A couple of days? That's no good for me. I want my money now.
All right, if you're that anxious. But I'm sending a couple of boys with you. You'll find a corral in Lobo Canyon. You deliver the cattle, tell them you're from me, and they'll pay you.
Well, I get the money from the big boss, me, eh?
I told you nobody sees the boss. Oh, Hank, Pete, you go with him and get the trucks loaded.
There was a Mexican at the head of them. I saw him.
That's right, I did too.
I'll bet it was the same one that asked us for a job. I didn't like his looks anyway. Oh, if Carson was only here. Can you imagine him and that Mexican going round and round?
But he didn't come, so quit talking about it. Fortunately, we moved the main herd down the lower pasture. If they'd gotten that, I hate to think what would have happened.
If that rustling don't stop, we'll all be ruined.
I still think Thurston's behind all this.
I'm so sorry you cannot help me because now I must haul all these cattle by myself, huh? Now, don't you fellas run away, because the sheriff's going to be disappointed if he doesn't find you when he gets here.
I haven't received a single head of beef from you in 3 days. Thursday is the deadline on the contract. And if we don't deliver, we lose everything. And nobody gets a dime.
Well, I told you the cattle was being hijacked. But the Mexican that was doing it is working with us now. Right now, he's on his way to the corral with 150 head. You can pick him up anytime.
Good. Now you're showing sense. But we're going to need another 200 head before Thursday.
Well, don't worry. With Miguel on the job, you'll have them.
That's fine. Oh, by the way, Lightning Carson has disappeared from his usual haunts. Keep your eye peeled for him. He might be here. And if he is, it means trouble.
Yeah, I hope he does show up. Say it'll be worth something to see Miguel handle him.
Well, don't fail me. It's too risky for me to come here.
You won't have to worry. From now on, everything will run smooth.
Okay.
I am insulted. Never in my whole life, Miguel, the great bandito, when they do this to me.
What are you talking about?
This cattle, the first load with the truck they steal from me, and the next time when I come back for the other cattle, they too are gone.
Do you mean to tell me that you've been hijacked?
Hijack, low jack, high-low jack in the game. I don't care. The cattle are gone. They're gone.
Well, who did it?
He was a big man with a black mask, and there was plenty guns. It was too fast for Miguel.
Yeah, well, I know. Lightning Bill Carson.
Bill Carson? He is here?
Yeah, and I was just telling the boss what you do to him when you met him.
What, the big boss? He is here too?
Well, forget that. What we've got to worry about is that Carson's here.
I wish I was know that was this fellow Carson. That would be different. The dirty crooks.
The boss will be plenty burned up when he finds out he's got no cattle. Say, I understand Miss Joan has 150 head in a corral near the house.
How you know this? I think we get all her cattle, huh?
No, we didn't. But we'll get them tonight.
Maybe before we start for tonight, I'd better find this fellow Carson. I look him up so he don't bother us some more, huh?
Well, I hope you find him. I'll feel better.
Don't you worry about this fellow Carson. Miguel will find him.
Say, if you're late getting back, meet us at Twin Rocks. We're leaving from there.
Okay, kiddo.
Get off of your horse.
I've been looking for you.
Well, now you're catching up with me. What is the answer, huh? You know, the trouble is, you should be sure the fellow you are looking for is the fellow you are looking for.
Oh, I know you. You're the hombre that's been rustling our cattle.
What a fine way to treat a pal. Ask me to come down here and help you out, and when I do, what do? You try to dry gulch me.
Carson, why didn't you tell me?
I didn't even dare let you in on it, fellow, because I'm in right now with the people that are doing the rustling.
Well, who are they? Let's get them and string them up.
Oh, it's Thurston and his gang. Before I try to grab them, I want to find out who the brains of the outfit is.
Well, do you suspect anybody?
Yes, I think it's our old friend Blackton. I haven't enough evidence on him to prove it in court yet, but he has a contract to fill, and when he finds out he can't deliver, that's when we're going to force him out into the open, and then we can close in on him. Fact of the matter is, my dear fellow, they're planning raiding your lower pasture tonight.
Well, how do they know that we got cattle in our lower pasture?
Because they get information from your own outfit.
What's been come of the cattle you've been
Oh, never mind about them. They're safe, but I shouldn't be talking to you in these clothes. Tell you what I'll do. I'll go and change and meet you back at the ranch, so I'll see you there.
Right.
But I told you, Mr. Blackton, that the cattle were hijacked. And not only it was Lieutenant Carson who did it.
I told you to look out for him. Now he'll organize the ranchers against us and we'll never be able to meet that contract.
You'll get him.
Oh. The Mexican is out gunning for him. Well, a lot of men have tried that. And where are they now? Now listen. I need cattle. And I've got to have them regardless of Carson or anyone else.
There's a bunch hidden on the S1 ranch. We're taking them tonight. And who knows? Maybe we'll take Lieutenant Carson with them.
You'd better, or we're through.
Now, those are my plans about tonight. How long have you been suspecting Thurston of these cattle raids?
About 6 months, ever since I came to work on the ranch.
Anybody know you're a range detective?
Not that I know of.
Sure?
Positive.
Well, I'll tell you what I want you to do. I want you to go over to Thurston's place and nose around over there. See what information you can get. These fellows are liable to change their plans about tonight, and if they do, I want to know about it.
Right.
Now, Magpie, I want you to round up all the men you can get and have them here at 9:30 tonight.
That'll be a pleasure, Chief.
And your orders, Miss Jones, are to head straight for the kitchen and start getting dinner. I'm starved.
Right, Chief.
So you're a cattle detective working with Lieutenant Bill Carson. Well, he'll be here in a little while to keep you company. Now, won't that be nice?
Yeah? When you haven't got a man in your whole rotten outfit good enough to take Carson alive.
Oh, yes, we have. We have one that can handle him. So just take it easy. Oh, James, you better get back to that ranch before they miss you. I don't want any slip-ups tonight.
Right.
All right, boys, take him into the back room.
Well, thanks for a delicious dinner. Now, Magpie, you know what to do.
Right. We'll be waiting for you.
I'm worried about Bob. He hasn't come back yet.
Oh, don't you worry about him. He wouldn't miss this show tonight for anything. But I think I better be going changing my clothes because I haven't had much time. And my little playmates will be waiting for me. Now, don't you worry a thing about Bob or anything that happens because it's all coming off on schedule tonight.
Everybody's here but Miguel. We'll wait 5 more minutes, and if he don't show up, we'll leave without him. Here he comes now.
Well, I guess I'm a little late, huh? But it's better to be late than sometime.
Yeah. Did you find Carson?
No, I can't find this fellow.
Well, we did.
Where you find this fellow?
At Miss Jones' ranch. We'll take him and the cattle together tonight. And furthermore, we've got Bob Swain, Miss Jones' boyfriend, the cattle detective, all nicely tied up. So that when we take Mr. Carson tonight, we'll take care of both of them together.
Oh, so you killed the 2 stones with 1 bird, eh?
Yeah.
Where you got this cattle detective?
Well, we haven't got time to talk about that now. Let's get going.
Why, it's perfect. Looks like they're all asleep. If we take it easy, we can take them without firing a shot. And remember, Miguel, I want Carson alive.
You will get him alive.
Spread out.
Here they come, man. Get ready. Get over there, Joan, out of the way. Now wait till they get close, man, and then let them have it.
Here they come. Get under cover and I'll keep out of sight.
Take care of them. Somebody put on a light.
Take care of these men and see that those other fellows don't come back. Good work, boys. They're not quite as many rustlers as there were a few minutes ago. But this is just a start. We've got to smoke their big boss right out into the open.
And will his face be red when he finds out you're Lightning Bill Carson?
Well, it's going to be redder when he can't fill that contract. Now, tomorrow's the deadline. He's not going to be able to meet it. Well, I better rejoin those fellows before they begin to miss me.
I'm worried about Bob. He hasn't shown up since this afternoon.
Oh, he's all right. I've got him watching Thurston's house.
How are we going to get this fellow Blackton?
When he finds out what's happening, he's going to jump right out here and take charge himself. That's what I want. I'm thinking I should be going back to join my compadres, and I shall tell them all the secrets I'm learning from Jew.
Where's this McGill?
Probably got winged with the others. Who do you reckon gave the tip-off?
Your guess is as good as mine, but I sure aim to find out. Well, what happened over there? Why were they waiting for us?
Ask your gunslinger, McGill.
Well, speak up. What do you mean?
And McGill finally caught up with Carson.
Yeah? What happened?
Nothing, because McGill and Carson are one and the same person.
You mean to tell me that McGill is Lightning Bill Carson?
That's what I said.
Are you sure?
You better not take too long believing it, because he's on his way over here now.
Well, let him come. We'll give him a real party.
Let me handle him, boss.
Oh, no. I've got my own way of handling him. Now, here's what we'll do. Now, you, Lefty. Ah, we were just talking about you. Wondering if they got you.
No, of course, there was a bullet hit my gun. It kind of knocked me off for a little minute or two, you know, but it don't... I got big news for you.
Yeah? What is it?
While I'm still there, I hear these ranchers say that they are going to send big shipment of cattle to this fellow Carson, mañana, or tomorrow morning.
You didn't happen to run into Carson, did you?
No, but this Detective Swain that you got here, I think he knows where he is. We go talk to him, eh?
Never mind about him. He's safe in the back room, and we'll take care of him later. You don't know who tipped off the ranchers, do you?
No, I can't find this out, but you...
There's the guy that tipped off the ranchers. It's a lie. I've been framed. I know better than that. He's been double-crossing us for months.
Oh, wait a minute. His word's as good as yours. Let's hold the trial. I'll ask the questions, Lefty. You defend the prisoner. And just to make sure that everything's on the level, we'll let Miguel be the judge.
What? I be the judge? The last time I see the judge, I am the other side from the fence, and he said to me, Miguel, I give you 1 year in the calaboose. But if you want, I will be the judge.
What's the charge? This guy's supposed to be working at the S1 ranch as our undercover man. Instead, he's been tipping them off to our plans.
What proof have you got?
Well, they were ready for us at the ranch, weren't they?
That still doesn't prove that James tipped him off.
But gentlemen, you must remember that the law say you must prove a man is innocent before you can even think he is guilty. I know.
Well, if it wasn't James, who could it have been?
We hope to prove it was Lightning Bill Carson.
Now, what would you say was a fitting punishment for a man who double-crossed us like that?
Well, before the punishment is given, you must remember you must find his right man and be sure that is the fellow.
But say we have caught the right man. What should we do with him?
In that case, amigo, I think there is just one thing to do.
Wait a minute. Let me go. Where is he? Get him over here. There he is. Wait a minute. Put on some lights. He's gone. See the planes back there. Come on. He's gone. They both gone. Through the window.
What are we standing here for?
Oh, there's no chance to get him now. Say, he told me the ranchers were shipping some cattle tomorrow. Do you think he was on the level?
Sure he was. The ranchers will all be there, and he'll probably be with them.
Good. We'll let them start their drive, and then we'll hit them. Get organized so we can get started by sunup.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to phone Blackton and tell him the plan. And if he thinks he can do any better, that'll give him a chance to get here and do it.
When they stop, surround them. I'll show you how to take care of Mr. Carson.
Oh, they got the road blocked, Lightning.
I expected they would have, but drive right through it.
Here they come now.
Perfect. They're following us.
Well, what do we do now, Lightning?
When we get around this next bend, swing to the right and head for those rocks.
Gotcha.
You're through, Blackton.
I wouldn't be if I had that gun.
I don't need a gun to take you.
I was hoping you'd open an office here and stay. You know, to kind of keep things under control.
I'm going back to the city where I can get a little peace and quiet. And besides, I think Bob here might be able to keep things under control.
Don't you like it here?
Now, too much high-powered rustling to suit me. Doesn't agree with my temperament. Then these trucks and modern gang methods, oh, And when your own friends try to dry gulch you, that's the time to leave.
Lightning! There's another gang of rustlers loose.
Now, you heard me. Nothing doing. Well, I will be looking at you sometime. Hasta la vista.
Goodbye, Lightning.
Can you imagine that guy?
But remember, if you ever need any help, send me a wire.